Welcome in the Duda Tutorial for the Beginners. In this video, I will show you step by step how you can create an amazing website. So let's just start. The first thing that you want to do is go to top right and click start a free trial. If you already have account, guys, completely skip this step, okay? So I'll get Marcus Tonelius. I will add my email right here that I prepared. And then I will add a password. So then click start now. Let's just wait until we will get load and we will continue. Now, how to plan. Okay. And let's just wait for the verification. No, I didn't receive a link. And here we go. So we will get activation link and activate the trial. And here we go. Let's set up your account. Which description fits you best? I'm a digital web agency freelancer. I'm going to click freelancer. How many sites do you currently build per month? None. What is your role? I'm a web designer. You can choose, like let's say I'm looking to build a website for my business. Do you also build sites for clients? No. What is your role? Web designer. Get started. It doesn't really matter what you feel there. Now, as you can see, in a moment when you're gonna click here, you're gonna see multiple things here. So let me give you introduction, what you can actually find in Duda. Now, in the top menu, you would find white label, when you would find custom domain, custom branding, client invitation, that you can send email. Then you would find team permissions, and you can search for user and invite team members right here. Then you would find clients if you're building it for different clients, but we are going to build it for you. Stats here of the engagement, traffic sources and everything for published websites, and resources that can help you to build amazing website too. Then you would have account here. Now when I'm going to click on the site, let's click here, create a website. Now, what are the things and what you can actually do? What type of site do you want to create? Portfolio, landing page, business site, lifestyle, online store. I'm just browsing. So I'm going to click, let's say I want to click business site. And now you have to choose a template. You don't have to, of course, empty template. Or you can simply choose a template which you see. As you can see, they got plenty of really pretty templates. And you can always see, like, okay, these are the categories on the left side. You would find landing page here, professional services, restaurant food, events, lifestyle and health. So let's say that I'm going to choose this one here, and I'm going to show you the spa one, how we can change and edit everything. Of course, if you want to, I always recommend going with a template, but what we can do, we can go with open two of them and then start with the template, then we would see how it looks on an empty template. Start building. Enter your site name. So here we would have it, like let's say this is going to be lifestyle. Start building. My recommendation, guys, is definitely check how the competition is got a website and get inspired from them, what they are using, how they are building the website. You can learn a lot from your competition. Don't copy them, but how their service is, what they have in the menu. So you don't have to create a new wheel, you can inspire. Start building. And let me show you the basics, what you can do and how you can create an amazing website. I really think that I'm not going to choose the template here, but I'm going to show you how we can actually create it by ourselves, everything. Yep. So you know what we will do, guys? I will go back now. If you want, you can start with a website, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new website, and I'm going with the categories business with the empty template. Start building. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we can create it actually from the straight away. That will be the best. So now what we can actually get when we're gonna enter. First thing first, you would find a row here And imagine this is like, this is something that I can add here. So we got a logo here, we got a menu here, navigation content. On the top, you would find the pages. Then you would have responsibility for next to it on mobile or on PC or tablet, how it looks there. Then you can search the editor for something. You're gonna have site contents here on the right side. You can add comments and for your team. And then you can redo and go back and further. And then you can also access HTML. So you can preview and publish the website. So whatever you do, you can, next to the publish, you can always preview it. And this is how it works in Duda, the top. On left side, you would click design. And design are like everything for global. How is it going to be the text here? Then the buttons. How they look like. What are their colors? Then images. Also rows here, inside background. So you're gonna see everything here that you can actually get. Now when you're gonna have design here, you can click here on pages. And here you can simply create new page, and this is also really easy. And you can also move them. So let's say that home is going to be the first one, but I'm not going to have in my header, I don't want to have services, and I don't want to have team. Okay, I want to have services, I don't want to have team, and I want to have also here something else. So I will click pages. I'm going to delete team. When I'm going to click here, delete, I'm going to add a new page. And let's say this is going to be, you can even choose what kind of web page you want. And let's say it's going to be blank page, or you can add dynamic page. And let's say our work or case studies. Add a page. See? Voila. And let's say the contact is going to be the last one, and it's going to be next to the services. You can also add the pop-ups here. And you can add a pop-up or contact us newsletter registration. We will get to it straight away, and I'm going to show you how you can add the pop-up. But right before that, when you're going to click on a page here, when you're going to click on the settings, you can hide show in navigation. So if you want, you can hide it on all or hide it on mobile. You can duplicate it, look for client, page URL. You can check that out and change the page URL here. Page keywords, what are you, this is good for Google. What are you actually taking care of on that page? Then you can click SEO and set page access. You can also password protect it for the client and header HTML, that if you want something on your page. And you can also set it as a home page. So that means that someone would enter the web page and they would get not on a home but on the case studies. Then that's pretty much how it works. Let me show you now how we can simply add a pop-ups. Now, if you can have any questions, guys, about the home menu and pages, let me down below in the comments. The last thing that I want to show you is that you can easily create drop-down menu, but when let's say I don't want to have about services, case studies, contact like this. I want to have everything under home, or case studies. I want to have something here. So what I can do is like simply move it like this. Look at this. When I'm going to even preview the website, see, I have amazing drop-down menu right here. Back to the editor. And that's how we can work with pages. Now let's the question how you can add a pop-up and how to work with the pop-ups. So I would click here next to the pages, pop-ups, and click new pop-up. And then you have option to have a contact us, newsletter registration, likes us on Facebook, promotion if I have a store. So I would have next to the contact us newsletter registration. And then I would just simply have newsletter registration. Okay, add a pop-up. And this is how it would look like. But we can edit that. So I would go to settings and I can duplicate it or delete it. And I'm going to have the pop-up settings right here. So I can change the width, the height. I can change the background. I can add a border. I can add a shadow. I can also add an image here if I want to. Animations fade in. And I can also change the spacing here. So that's what I can do with the style, as you can see, right? You can also change the icon here. You can change the text and everything. And you can see right here that with the content of the email and with the subscribe, bottom left icon, add a reCAPTCHA validation. If you don't want to, you don't have to have the reCAPTCHA. You can add multiple fields, not only email, but let's say I want to have also name there. Field label, name, required field. And as you can see, we got a name, but of course we need to edit it. So that's how we do it. It's like not something hard. And you need to edit it, edit to play around it. So what he did here was that, look at this pop-up settings. Sometimes you need to really play around with things here. So what they did was like placeholder name and then field size 100%. Yes, yes. Look at this. See, it's completely the same as an email. And they again submissions and now submission recipients. I can form submission will be sent to, and you add your email address here. My recommendation, guys, would be don't really do it with Duda. I would have like MailChimp or some kind of integration pop-up that you can add to your Duda website. That would be much, much, much better. Submission actions. Thank you for connecting us when someone will enter the website. And then you get an integration here that you can integrate with MailChimp, Google Sheets, Constant Contact. That's how easy and simple it is. So this is how you can do it. If you're gonna have any questions, guys, ask me down in the comments. Now you're gonna see the layout here that you can change the layout in your contact form, item styles, so fields, buttons, images, frame style, and you can also change these things. So it's really complex what you can actually do with it. And this is pretty much it how we can do it. So I would have go like preview, and then this is how I do it. And this is how you can work with the pop-ups. Then you can have the next thing where we are going to work on our widgets. But let's say I'm going to delete it. And I delete it. But of course, if you want, you can have the pop-up right here in Duda. Next look on widgets and how we can actually work with widgets. So, as you can see, what I can do, I gotta have rows. I can simply click here and add a section here. And sections are really good way. It's going to save you time that you don't have to actually like create things. So let's say that directly under the like my header is going to be add your title here. And let's click save. Nope. And this is how would I do it, right? And then, so this is what I would do. This is the flex mode. I can simply click done. And okay, so this is the header. This is the row that I have. I can add and change everything here. But let me just delete it for a second because I want to add a picture here. So let's say that I want to have an image of this one, or I can upload it easily. And let's say I want to have like big, like this. This will be my header. I can of course change the color here. I can change the video. So the video would be right here. Animation and spacing. So I can change everything about this. Now when I'm going to make it bigger, voila. And now when I have it, I can now add a section. So this would be my introduction website. Then I can simply add a section here. And this is where the fun begins. So let's say that I would have services now. Here, okay, let's click save on the top right. And you can add multiple things here, multiple sections. Go to top right, click save. Here, voila, what we can find. We can change on the right side the grid design. We can rearrange it. You can customize the layout, animation, position, everything. And as you can see, these are just like icons here that I can change. I can change the text blocks here. Everything. And then what I can do, look at this. Let's say that I'm going to be done. And this is how it looks like. I can simply click on a widget, add a text here, and I can add a text. So let's say that we are going to try something new. We are going to add a text right here. And we want to delete this text here. But sometimes it's tricky. X. So look at this. I want to have the new paragraph right here. So what I need to do is this. Maybe I can find it also with widgets. No, it's not possible. Yeah, I tried something, but it didn't work. Let's go back. Okay, let's delete this. Now, what I can do simply is just make this lower. So I can add a border and add a border here. I can change the spacing here. And you can change the easily spacing to have it really low and same style with here. So I can add and change the size. You can change the position. And let's say it's going to be 25. And look at this. Now I can simply have a text right here. So it's much closer. I can choose the text here, alignment to the mid. Then I can simply add to 36. Have it our services. Then I can add it bold. And let's make it also bigger, 48. See? And this is how we can do it. Pretty simple, pretty easy. I know it looks a little bit weird, but just follow the steps and this is how you can add a text. You need to really play around with things to build it up. But this is how you can add the widgets and sections. So I'm going to click done again. And I can simply click here and add a section and add the different sections here. So you have multiple options what you're actually gonna add to your Duda website. Now, the next stuff that I'm going to show you is when I'm going to click cancel. I can add simple many widgets here. I can add spacer or I can simply add a new column. So as you can see, you have options where you can actually add it. Like let's say insert in a new row. And you can edit it, right click on it, add it on device. So there are multiple ways what you can do. And then, like, let me show you. When you're gonna click widgets now, when I'm going to click on the columns, I can check it out, or I can add 3 columns, not one. So let's say that I would add it right here, insert it in a row. And here I got it, right? So I'm gonna have like 3 columns instead of 1. Delete. And you can always add a section right here, or what you can do is to move it as much as you want. And then when you have like a widgets here, then I can simply add, let's say I'm going to add a image right here. This is just for the introduction. You can add empty column image right here. Or I can add also image right here. See, it's quality, it's good, and it looks great. And I can also add multiple widgets here, like icons, to my columns. Always have a column and add it to there, so it can be also responsive. So that's what I would definitely recommend to do. And you can have plenty of media here for business. We also contact forms for a contact web page. And that's how we do it. Also, you can simply click here, add a section. That's a new one that you would add. And we are right here. So we have also empty column right here. And that's pretty much it, how we can do it and how we can work with it. Now, if you can have any questions, guys, about these, let me down below in comments. I'll be really happy to help you. Sometimes it's like overwhelming to use Duda, and there are multiple possibilities what you can do with Duda, but it is what it is. So as I mentioned, then you have contact here. You can change the business info, business text. Then you have personalize. And then you're gonna have like, these are the rules that you can have and what you can actually do. So I would click here for select rule for pop-up. And this would be the rule. I can edit the rule when it's going to show up. So if you have your own pop-up that we added in design in pages, your rule, if the visitor comes to the site, show a pop-up. And I can add a new rule for the pop-up. Set a time when you want this rule to display. Click next. And I can add when I want to display it. So there are multiple options here how we can edit the rule. So that's what you can do. And these are the rules. Then you have e-commerce store, and I'm not really going to cover the e-commerce store in this tutorial. If you want me to, I can like start for free and create an e-commerce store for you guys. This is just introduction, what you can get from Duda. My recommendation is definitely to use the template, because building the Duda website on your own is like, it's a pain kind of. And you can see it's like many times it's bugging out. Sometimes it's like, I don't know, not well optimized. So that's what I would definitely recommend to do. Always it's like clicking you off and on from the flex mode that I don't really understand. It's like right now I can't even see it. And it's in beta or something. So yeah, it's crazy. And then you can have also blog here. So I'm going to show you how you can add blogging into that. And then I will show you also how you can create contact page, and that will be pretty much it. So add a blog here. And then you can have the blog settings here, the blog name, the blog thumbnail. You can change the layout of the web page, how it looks like. As you can see, this is the row with the free. This is the one that we have. Placeholder. This is another row, another row. With the content. So I would also recommend using just widgets and don't use contents. That's my recommendation. And then you can simply manage posts here. So you can simply click new post. Post title, let's say introduction, making websites. Post author would be me. Post main image, you would add it, let's say this one here. You can upload your own images, of course. Start. And voila. This is the subtitle for your new post. And then what you can do is just like start writing. And just write and write and write. And then you would click on a top, done. You would edit text here and everything. Then click done. And you can publish it straight away. So that's pretty much how we do it. And you can always preview it, how it looks like. And this is how you can write blogs. I don't know if I would recommend using Duda for plenty of articles. I would go with a Squarespace, possibly with the WordPress. So that would be my recommendation. For a few articles here and there, Duda can be really effective and good. But other than that, I don't really know. So that's something what you can do. And click done. On the settings, you can find and change things as a favicon, site URL, site SSL SEO. You can change the URL, the SEO, and connect also Google Analytics here. So this is just the introduction video to Duda. And the one thing that I want to show you is, let's say I'm going to be in contact page and I want to add simple contact form here in Duda. So I'm going to show you how you can do it. Of course, you can go with the content here and let's say adding a section. But again, I'm not going to do that because these sections, like, they suck. Like, I personally, they're just not good. And I'm going to simply use the rows here. So what I would do, I would search for a widget, contact form, and I can insert in a new row. Look at this, and I can simply add a name, email, phone, message. And this is literally the same when we were creating the pop-up. So you can change the phone, you can change the message, you can add multiple fields here, you can even move them. Then you would have submissions here, submission recipients, these are the most important thing, where you want to actually send it to, submission actions, and tracking. And then you have integrations here with the MailChimp, Google Sheets, Constant Contact, etc. So that's how we do it. And that's what you can actually do. And when I would do, I would also add a widget here, add a text, and insert here. And you can have, this is where you can contact us. I would have it to 48, no, 40, 36, to middle. Okay, and what I could do is look at this. I could add a widget, and let's say I'm going to add a map here. And I would also add map. So that would be really good. And change the map content where I'm right now. And then what I can do is to simply play around it. So that's how we can do it. And then you have also footer here, and footer works really similar. All we have to do is add rows here. And let's say I'm going to add, and I would delete this, and I would add multiple rows in my footer, right? So let's say I'm going to delete this thing here. X, X, I would click on the row and row below. I would add a column. So I would have 2 columns here. So right click, add section. No, I don't want to add a section. Go away with it, man. And this is pretty much how we do it. I know it looks a little bit clumsy, but this is what it is. And Duda is kind of like clumsy in my opinion. But yeah, I hope it gave you at least kind of introduction what you can do with Duda. And have a great day and goodbye. See ya.